before it is too late. The outcome of this case could impact you directly in ways you do not yet understand. Time is running out to prepare yourself. This information was meant to reach you right now at this exact moment. You are watching this for a divine reason. What you are about to learn is being hidden from the public eye, but Archangel Michael has revealed it to protect those who will listen. This is not the time to scroll past. This is not the moment to doubt. What you are about to hear is real, and it will affect your future. Powerful forces are working behind closed doors, filing papers that will change how you live your daily life. This law firm moves in secret, using language most people cannot understand. They have filed this case strategically, knowing most will not notice until it is too late. When the ruling comes down, it will be sudden, and it will affect your rights, your finances, and your freedom. But there is still time to prepare, still time to protect yourself, still time to stand against what they have set in motion, but only if you act now. The legal documents are already in the system, moving forward with each passing day. They count on your silence, they expect your ignorance, they plan for your inaction. Archangel Michael has marked this case specifically because of how it targets you and those you care about. The time to understand is now. Like this video if you receive this urgent legal warning and stand in protection over your rights and your family. Archangel Michael is watching, guiding, alerting those who are willing to hear, who are ready to see through the deception. The forces of light are revealing what is hidden, but you must acknowledge you have received this message. You must declare yourself aware. You must stand ready to protect what is yours. Legal battles happen in shadows, using language designed to confuse, using processes hidden from public view. This case was filed quietly, with minimal notice, with deliberate timing to avoid attention. The law firm behind this has resources beyond measure, connections to powerful interests, and a record of winning cases that seemed impossible to win. They know exactly what they are doing. This specific case targets rights you currently take for granted, freedoms you assume will always be there, protections you rely on without even thinking about them. Your financial security, your personal choices, your private information all stand to be compromised if their legal strategy succeeds. They have done this before in other communities, in other areas. The pattern is clear, the outcome is predictable, the consequences are severe, but most people only realize after the ruling, when it is already too late. Type Amen if you stand against those trying to take your rights away through legal deception, through hidden cases, through manipulated courts. The simple act of declaring your awareness sends ripples through the spiritual realm. It shows Archangel Michael where to focus divine protection. Stand firm now before the legal process advances any further. This is not the first time they have filed such a case, and it will not be the last. This battle in the courts is ongoing, strategic, calculated, and patient. These legal maneuvers happen in cycles, when public attention is focused elsewhere, when people are distracted by other concerns, when vigilance has faded. They study the patterns of public awareness, waiting for the moment when eyes are turned away. That is when they make their boldest moves, that is when they file their most dangerous cases. But you have been awakened for a reason. You are seeing this message now because you are meant to understand what others miss. You are being called to a higher awareness of what is truly happening. Every detail of this case matters. Every word in the filing has purpose. Every motion they submit moves their agenda forward. Archangel Michael has revealed documents that the public was never meant to see, legal filings with hidden clauses, with dangerous precedents, with far-reaching implications beyond what they publicly admit. The true nature of this case lies in the footnotes, in the appendices, in the references to previous rulings that seem unrelated but create a web of legal justification for what they truly seek. Their public statements speak of consumer protection, of public interest, of necessary regulation, but the actual legal language tells a different story, reveals a different agenda, creates a different outcome. Page 47, paragraph 3 contains language that would override existing protection. Section 12 references statutes that would nullify rights you currently hold. Appendix B establishes a framework for future cases even more restrictive than this one. These details are deliberately buried under mountains of legal terminology designed to exhaust, designed to confuse, designed to hide what matters most from those who would oppose it if they understood what was really happening. Archangel Michael says, stand firm, for this legal battle is not what it appears. Those who filed this case do not expect resistance, they do not anticipate awareness, they do not prepare for divine intervention. You have been chosen to see through their strategy, to understand what others do not, to recognize the true nature of this filing before it is too late. Type 777 if you will not let this legal deception succeed, if you refuse to remain silent, if you stand against those who use the courts to take what is rightfully yours. The hands that move these legal papers are clever. They disguise their true clients, their real funding, their actual objectives. They present themselves as defenders of order, as protectors of systems, as upholders of necessary processes. Behind professional smiles and polished presentations lies something more calculating, a history of cases that always benefit the same interests, that always expand the same powers, that always restrict the same freedoms. They create division through legal language, making simple matters complex, making clear rights questionable, making established protections suddenly uncertain. They build walls of procedure, of technicality, of precedent so high that ordinary people cannot scale them, cannot navigate them, cannot effectively oppose them. They count on overwhelming the average person with details, with requirements, with deadlines designed to exhaust, designed to discourage, designed to ensure that opposition fades before the final ruling comes down. Type 1 will protect my rights, to break their legal strategy, to show them you will not be another silent victim, another confused bystander, another overwhelmed citizen. Your declaration of awareness sends energy into the legal system itself, illuminating what they wish to keep dark, exposing what they plan to keep hidden. They cannot succeed if enough people see the truth. They cannot win if divine awareness spreads. They cannot prevail if you refuse to be deceived. The case they have filed contains language that would redefine your rights without ever stating it directly. Section 14, paragraph 6 creates a new standard for what is considered private information. Your personal data, your financial records, your communication history suddenly falls under new jurisdiction, new oversight, new authority that was never intended by existing law. If this single phrase on page 23 is allowed to stand, it creates a precedent that can never be undone, a doorway that can never be closed, a vulnerability that will affect generations to come. The filing references statutes from 3 different legal codes, combining them in ways never before attempted, creating a web of regulation that extends far beyond what any single law was meant to control. Their motion to expedite the case reveals their urgency, their fear of public scrutiny, their need to establish this precedent before awareness can grow, before resistance can organize, before divine intervention can manifest. Archangel Michael has illuminated these specific sections because they target the foundations of freedom, the essence of privacy, the core of personal sovereignty that every human soul requires. You are not powerless against this legal system, you are not helpless before these courts, you are not alone in this battle against deception. The light of awareness is stronger than any legal filing, the power of truth exceeds any court procedure, the strength of many awakened souls overrides any single ruling. Knowledge of what they plan is the first defense. Understanding their strategy removes its power. Seeing through their language breaks its spell over those who would otherwise remain confused. When you stand in your authority, when you claim your right to know, when you refuse to be misled, something powerful shifts in both the visible and invisible realms. The same divine intelligence that revealed these hidden legal maneuvers stands ready to guide those who see, to protect those who understand, to empower those who refuse to surrender. Type 999 if you are standing firm for protection of your rights, if you refuse to let hidden legal language override your freedom. The simple act of declaring your position creates ripples through the system, sends signals to those working behind the scenes, shows the forces of light where to focus their attention. Archangel Michael hears your declaration, sees your commitment, recognizes your courage in the face of this carefully constructed legal deception. The case is moving through the system faster than normal, expedited procedures, rushed hearings, minimal public notice, all designed to minimize awareness before key decisions are made. 3 critical dates approach that will determine the outcome of this legal battle: the initial hearing scheduled for next month, the response period that ends shortly after, and the final ruling expected before year-end. Each of these moments represents a doorway, a chance to increase awareness, a window through which light can enter the process, but only if enough people are watching, only if enough eyes are open, only if enough minds understand what is truly at stake. The opposition has calculated this timeline with precision, knowing when public attention will be directed elsewhere, knowing when distractions will be greatest, knowing when resistance will be weakest. But this message has reached you now at this moment for a specific reason. Divine timing has placed this knowledge in your hands before these critical dates arrive, before these pivotal decisions are made, before these permanent changes can be established. Archangel Michael stands at the intersection of earthly law and divine justice, seeing through the veils of legal language, recognizing the spiritual battle hidden within court documents, identifying the true forces behind this case. Throughout history, divine intervention has exposed what was meant to remain hidden, has revealed what powerful interests sought to conceal, has brought light to dark corners of human systems. This legal battle exists in both realms, simultaneously unfolding in courtrooms with paper and words, but also in spiritual dimensions with energy and intention, the seen and unseen aspects equally important, equally real. The law firm behind this case does not acknowledge, does not perceive, does not believe in the spiritual dimensions of their actions, but that does not diminish the reality of divine oversight. Archangel Michael has marked this case specifically because of its far-reaching implications, because of its hidden purpose, because of what it represents in the larger battle between darkness and light. Type 1 stand with Archangel Michael to join the resistance against legal corruption, against hidden agendas, against manipulation of systems meant to protect. When you align yourself with divine protection, you step into a stream of awareness that transcends ordinary understanding, that penetrates legal deception, that reveals what is meant to remain concealed. Declare your position now while the case is still unfolding. This is not the first attempt to use legal systems against human freedom. Similar cases have been filed before, similar strategies attempted, similar language proposed, but they have not always succeeded. In communities where awareness spread quickly, where people recognized the true nature of the legal threat, where divine intervention was welcomed, there was a different outcome, a different result, a different ending to the story. When enough people see through the deception, when enough voices speak against it, when enough energy focuses on truth, the seemingly unstoppable legal machine begins to falter, begins to stall, begins to break down. Documents mysteriously resurface that contradict their claims. Deadlines get extended, allowing more time for awareness to grow. Key witnesses emerge with testimony that changes everything. The law firm behind this case has experienced these unexpected reversals, these inexplicable setbacks, these moments when victory seemed certain only to slip away at the last moment. They do not understand the power working against them. They cannot comprehend the force that stands opposed to their plans. They fail to recognize the divine intelligence exposed their most carefully hidden intentions. Specific strategies have proven effective against these legal maneuvers. Practical steps that create protection, concrete actions that enhance awareness, tangible responses that shift the outcome. First, remain vigilant about all legal notices in your area. Watch for public announcements about case filings. Read beyond headlines to actual document numbers, actual court locations, actual filing parties. Second, share truthful information with others who would be affected. Explain the real implications. Speak in clear language. Break down complex legal terms into their actual meaning, their real-world impact. Third, declare your spiritual awareness of what is happening. Claim divine protection over your rights. Invite the intervention of Archangel Michael in specific terms, with specific language, with specific intent. These combined actions create a shield around you, around your family, around your community that the legal filings cannot penetrate, cannot override, cannot dismiss. The law firm expects compliance through confusion, surrender through complexity, acceptance through exhaustion, but they do not anticipate resistance informed by divine insight, opposition empowered by spiritual awareness, rejection fueled by clear understanding of their true intentions. Archangel Michael guides those who take these steps, illuminating their path, clarifying their understanding, strengthening their resolve to stand against this coordinated legal attack on fundamental rights. Type protected by light to claim divine protection over your rights, your home, your community, your future against this legal deception. When you speak these words, you create a spiritual barrier around what matters most, a shield that court filings cannot breach, a protection that legal language cannot override. The simple declaration sends ripples through both realms, alerting divine forces to your awareness, showing where protection is being actively claimed. Signs are appearing that the hidden agenda is being exposed, that awareness is growing, that divine intervention is already underway through human action, through unexpected resistance, through sudden scrutiny. Questions are being raised in places where silent compliance was expected. Challenges are emerging where automatic approval was anticipated. Delays are occurring where expedited procedures were assumed. The opposition is already showing signs of concern. Last week they filed additional motions attempting to seal records that were previously public, attempting to limit who can attend key hearings, attempting to restrict what information can be shared. These defensive maneuvers reveal their fear, their recognition that something unexpected is happening, that their carefully laid plans are meeting resistance, that light is reaching places they intended to keep dark. Archangel Michael says these are the first cracks in their strategy, the initial signs of divine intervention manifesting through human awareness, through human action, through human courage to question what was meant to go unquestioned, to examine what was meant to go unexamined. Type 555 if you see through their deception, if your eyes are open to their hidden agenda, if you refuse to be misled by complicated legal language. This declaration is powerful because it confirms your spiritual sight, your ability to perceive truth, your willingness to stand firm when others are confused, when others are misled, when others surrender without understanding. A critical shift has begun in this case, a moment when the seemingly inevitable victory of deception began to waver, began to weaken, began to transform into something else entirely. It happened when a clerk noticed irregularities in the filing, when dates didn't align, when signatures seemed inconsistent, when referenced precedents didn't fully support the arguments being made. What was meant to proceed without scrutiny suddenly drew attention. What was designed to bypass normal review suddenly warranted closer examination. What was intended to establish dangerous precedent suddenly faced unexpected obstacles. The law firm responded with urgency, with concern, with additional filings, attempting to shore up the weakening foundation of their case, attempting to dismiss the questions being raised, attempting to pressure for quick resolution before more issues could surface. But their very response, their obvious concern, their transparent attempt to rush reveals the vulnerability of their position, the fragility of their strategy, the weakness of their true intent. Archangel Michael says this turning point, this moment of first resistance, this initial questioning represents divine intervention working through human channels, through ordinary people, through systems that were meant to protect truth in the first place. Type victory is coming to accelerate the collapse of their case, to strengthen the forces already working to expose truth, to add your energy to the growing wave of resistance. When you declare the outcome with confidence, with certainty, with spiritual authority, you help shape the reality that is still unfolding. You participate in creating the result that serves highest good. Your words carry power, your intention creates change, your awareness transforms what seemed fixed into something new. When this case falls, when this strategy fails, when this agenda is fully exposed, something powerful happens beyond the immediate victory, beyond the present relief, beyond the momentary celebration. A precedent of awakening is established, a pattern of successful resistance is created, a model of divine human partnership is demonstrated that changes how future cases unfold. The law firm and those behind it will think twice before attempting similar strategies, will hesitate before filing similar cases, will reconsider before investing resources in similar deceptions. Communities become more vigilant citizens, more aware individuals, more empowered to recognize legal threats before they fully manifest, to address manipulation before it succeeds, to stand against deception before it takes root. The victory extends beyond this single case, creating ripples that affect other courts, other filings, other attempts to use legal systems against human freedom, against human dignity, against human sovereignty. Archangel Michael says each victory of light over darkness, of truth over deception, of awareness over ignorance strengthens the field, makes the next victory easier, makes divine intervention more accessible, makes human empowerment more complete. Archangel Michael says, rise now and declare this battle already won. No legal filing shall override your rights, no court procedure shall diminish your freedom, no hidden clause shall determine your future. Stand firm in the knowledge that you see what others miss, you understand what others overlook, you recognize what others ignore about this case and its true intentions. Type victory is mine to claim what is already yours, to establish your position in both earthly and heavenly courts, to align yourself with the divine outcome that serves the highest good of all concerned. The legal threat is unraveling, the hidden agenda is exposed, the carefully constructed case is falling apart as awareness grows, as divine light shines, as truth emerges. Those who filed these papers are already seeking ways to withdraw without attention, without consequences, without admitting what they truly intended to accomplish through this deceptive legal action. They search for new strategies, new approaches, new methods to achieve their goals, but they find their options narrowing, their support weakening, their confidence fading in the face of unexpected resistance. You have spoken, you have declared, you have stood firm in your awareness of what was really happening, and the heavens have heard your response. The divine and human partnership has prevailed. The light has overcome the darkness. The truth has defeated the deception within this legal battle. It is done.